Gordon's computer. Okay, so that's started now. Now, okay, so thanks a lot for joining the webinar. I will take you through Jumppl and the concepts behind it and why we created Jumppl. And also, we've got a question already. I'm interested in seeing white label viewpoint from my household. Sure. So keep sending in the questions. I'll get to them, and we can do that. So I'll go through the concepts first, then I'll explain the basics of the platform, and then go through a few modules here, and then after that we can have questions, and there's a poll as well. I set up a poll as well. You can answer that as well. So we've got so you can keep sending in questions. I'll see whenever I can answer them in the middle when I get to that part of the things. Okay. Okay. So this is so we created Jumppl started creating it about 6 years ago. So 2015, early 2015, we started on the project. We wanted to create a modular platform where we have different modules on for business management. It was more for like the whole business management rather than project management, because we were running as agency. I've been working with agencies for the past like 15 years, and I was running my own. Started running my own in 2011, 12. And since then, we had a lot of so we've used so many different project management tools, so many different tools out there. Like we started with Trello, Basecamp, Asana. We've used them all, and we've actually moved from one of them. So every time, we were moving on, and like it got a bit too much, or like it got a bit out of hand. So we shifted, and that's like the normal progression for all the companies, for a lot of the companies that do that, like they keep switching them. So I wanted to see, like, why are we switching? So why do people keep switching, and why don't they have a single solution, so that's why we created Jumppl, to see if we can solve that problem, that agencies or businesses, like, they don't have to they have one platform where a lot of things get done in one place. Because what one of the reasons, like, to keep switching and you don't not never happy is, like, your communication is happening on um, in your chatting apps. Your clients are emailing you most of the time, or WhatsApp, or other means. Then you have the project management happening separately. Then a lot of the other stuff, like, attendance and everything is on different platforms. File storage is different as well. So all this, like, a lot of the employees and staff, they get a bit overwhelmed with all this stuff. Everyone starts doing their own stuff. Someone putting messages, or like even tasks on Slack, um, and, like, all this stuff is, like, moving around. So the main idea, so we have got a sort of a bigger goal. That's why it was taking so long and a lot of hard work, because, like, we wanted to solve that whole problem and effectively. There are platforms out there. I think Bittrex was one of them that I saw at that time, that has so much functionality. And I started using it for my own agency, and like, there's no way I could go on, and bring other people, because that's it wasted a lot of my time, because the UI and everything was so convoluted or something like that, that um, it's like, it wasn't easy to use. And if there's no point having so much functionality if no one uses it. So that's our main goal of solving that problem. And I think we've got, now, and we haven't marketed the platform too much, because we wanted to solve that problem first and then go to market with, with doing that. The thing, that the confidence that we had was, like, we have our own team that runs different projects for clients and stuff like that. So if we can work inside our own company, and keep iterating, keep making it better and better and better, then I think we should be able to solve a lot of other people's problems. First thing. Secondly, we didn't want to bring in too many customers in the beginning, because if we get too many customers, then obviously we can't change that much. We have to stick with. Then you got, like, other problems to solve. Like, you can't change the UI from here to here, or all of a sudden. And so we wanted to solve all that stuff. That's why it's taken a long time. We were on AppsRemove before as well, and I think we got a lot of very good feedback. And this one, like, and that's made us improve a lot. We've got, like, positive. A lot of people are loving it, and some people like, don't like it because they didn't get the concept of the whole thing. They thought, like, we have project management tool only, and why are we making chat, or why are we spending so much time on other stuff? But because of the bigger goal, like, and we're sort of we self-funded, so we developed it from our own, money, mostly of our own money. We've got a backing of a lot of a good quite sound company. So if we need the backing, they're ready to back us up. So with combined with all that, like, we've I think we've come a long way to solve this whole scenario. Um, and we've got, like, still a lot of stuff to improve as well. But for a lifetime deal, like, you want to get into it, because if because obviously the pricing will increase after this, and you want to jump in early. Okay, so I've explained, like, how we created and what we did. So it's based on modules. So what you can do is, like, so there's a project management module, then there's a chat module, client portals, timesheets for attendance and everything, um, and then you get file storage and all that stuff. Uh, a good point to mention here is, like, a lot of companies. So when we started, we were only 4 people. So I said, okay, we've got 4 people. We will be going on with the same team for about 12 months. I've got 12 months runway. We'll be taking on clients, and that's it. We are set for 12 months. Let's make stuff. What happened, and when you start a business, you don't know exactly what's going to happen after that. Like, I thought, like, it's going to be really simple. But 3 months time, we were getting a lot of curious to do other stuff. And, like, we're saying, okay, take on, like, bigger projects, or not, don't take bigger projects and stuff like that. And we thought, well, okay, let's take them on. And all of a sudden, in like 4 months time, we were 12 people. And it was, like, and me being, like, the main founder of that, of it was an agency at the time. So yeah, I was, like, in a wreck, because we didn't plan for that. And that's what happens, like, when you start a business, you say, okay, I'm going to stay small, so I'll start using a project management tool here, and, like, other stuff like that. But when your thing is, like, you have to plan ahead. You have to plan really, like, for a longer period than, like, for right now. Because the main thing about your business is you want to scale. You want to scale, and so you want to get some good processes behind it before, and be ready for when you scale. So a lot of people make a mistake, like, they say, oh, I'll just use this free tool here, a free tool there. And what that ends up is doing is, like, when they scale, or when they're getting bigger, it just blows up, and you don't know what's happening. And, like, I had, in 6 months time, I had high blood pressure from, like, when I started. And, like, and there was just, like, 2 or 3 clients, because they were demanding and all that stuff. And I wasn't experienced enough to handle all that stuff. And, like, and so that's sort of, and then we moved on to other processes and everything. And then obviously we grew out of all the software that we used. So the main goal for me was to solve all that problem. It's not going to be easy, I know, but that's what it's all about, right? Like, you have to try to innovate, and try to get, like, better at solving problems that are, people's problem. Like, if we can solve this problem, then a lot of other people will be so happy as well with the same problem, with the same solution. And I was, like, I put on about 20 kilos since then. So I was, like, about and, like, a lot of stuff has happened, obviously, because of all the pressure and everything that's going on. But I think we've got a really good product that, if people understand it, it'll be really good. Now, And by the way, my hair is a bit long because we're in Sydney at the moment and we got lockdown, so no barbers are open, no barber shops are open, so that's why the hair gets a bit. I have to play with the hair a bit. Okay, so let's get into it. So, what are so how we structured is, so we've got a main. So we've got basically four components. So we have client.jumppl.com, and then we have, so this is the main portal. So three, so let's look at it in three interfaces. So this is the main portal. So this will be your main portal where you land in, where your team lands in. And this is your client portal. So client.jumppl.com, which is white labeled, and like, you can white label it, you can change the logo. So if you change the logo here from the admin portal, you can change the logo across there. And obviously it comes onto your subdomain as well. When you can set that as well. So there's the main portal, and this is the client portal. So the clients come in there. You can include them in this portal as well if you want. Um, so that's fine. Like, like other tools like Asana and all the do that, you just bring them in, or you can save them over here where they get a very clear view of things. Like not, and you can make as many client portals as you want over here. So the clients will only see their own portal. Then we've got the third interface, which is the Jumppl desktop app. So so the main portal, the client portal, and the desktop app. And then after that, we've obviously got mobile apps, which we have. If we can, I'll bring them up. So iTunes. Okay. Yeah, on one. Okay, so this coming the other the iPad one, but like, yeah, so we got like the desktop apps that are really powerful. So we've got like a few things happening. I'll just show you actually. I build them here. Yeah. So while that builds, I'll show you the other stuff. Okay, so overall four interfaces: mobile app, desktop app, and client portal, and the main portal. And then we've got obviously, so it's the main portal is your main hub, where you can actually choose the modules as well. So the modules, you can turn them and turn them on, turn them off. If you say you don't want timesheets, that's fine. So this will turn it off for all of your business. If you don't want, say example, invoices, that's fine. It'll turn it off. So when I spoke about um, scaling before is, when you're ready for it, you can turn this on whenever you want. So this is like, a basic package, like, a basic person that's starting off would have like, invoices, feeds, just one person starting off, just have tasks and projects, and maybe the client portals, and then you can scale that. And you can also turn these on and off for each of your users as well. So if you go to the profile of each user, you can actually if I go to, say example, Dan's profile here, um, I can actually close all this whatever I want for them as well. So I want to close example, I want to close Dan, so he's already got everything closed, but yeah, let's close this one as well for them. Right, so when he log in, he'll just see two stuff over here, the dashboard and project. Okay, another question, see, can you white label the brand and brand board? Yeah, so you can white label so you can't. Okay, so the main portal stays on your own, so you can't white label the main portal, but you can white label, because most of the mostly, so you can change the logo of, obviously you can change the logo from admin and account details. You can change the logo here, and obviously name it differently as well, and theme is differently, so you can like change the theme. I like this one, but some people even like this one, so we can change like this one, so you can do that. Now what happens is, so let's go into the project first. So what happens is, you land in, you can actually, before that, let's go into, let's go into groups first. Okay, so now the groups is really important, and it's really important for like if you have a system without groups, then probably it will be really hard to scale with bigger, like with bigger teams. I'll show you how. So what happens with groups is really like, so we've experimented this for years with groups. Like, initially we had like one project with one person, and add people to the same project, and so on and on, like, and then we came up with the groups part, which was really good, like, so it helps solve a lot of the problems with like onboarding, offboarding, um, and also access as well, like, so I'll show you what I mean. So we have a lot of groups here, and when a project starts, we make a group for the project. We put everyone there, and then you can share your projects with a group, and you can actually share a project. You can share a folder, and you can even create. So whenever you create a group chat becomes available as well. So this is a sales group. So then a group chat becomes available for that. So you can have one-on-one chat, and you can also have group chats within Jumppl. So when you create a group, you can share folders with it. You can share projects with it. You can take the persons off. You can take the people on board. Like, when a new person signs up, just have to allocate them to the right groups, and that's it. They have all the access that they need from other places. Okay, another question. I need to submit some person of what I should. Sure. Sure. I'll get to that. Okay. So now the groups are created, and we have the groups. The power of groups is really good. Like, as you use it more, you realize. Now let's go and the same concept applies on the client portal as well. So client portal and sharing resources, the same concept applies. So a group. So if you go to team and groups, you will see team members there. You will get groups there that I've explained. Then you have externals. So externals are people like, so this is obviously it's a part of like that you have now like contractors and also clients going in. So the client and contractors are all over here, and externals, and you can see them as externals written in. So they can't see the external. They can only see like this text here. They can see only themselves, but you can identify them easily with an E over here. So for internal stuff, it's really easy to identify that. So they don't go and like make mistakes from an access point of view. Now the client portals are similar, where you have a bunch of people in each client portal. So the client portals live on client.jumppl.com, but they can be they manage over here in your main portal. So you go here and you just say, I want to create a new client portal. I want to name it. So I'll name it my best client. And then I'll add my people to it. So this is people who are already in Jumppl. Like it could be externals or internals. You can share like, your internal people over there as well. And so you can have multiple people. So it's just like groups where you have a bunch of people inside a workspace. So let's share this with John. Give it a theme. I like the default theme, but like you can give it a theme. No, I'm not really sure how they'll come up, but let's do this. Now you can put a logo on it, and then you can either play next or you can say modules. So modules is where you can actually choose. So there's about like 7 modules to choose from, and you can change their positions as well. And when you turn them on, so I'll turn this on, and I'll turn files on, I'll turn projects on. So only the projects that you share with this client portal that will be available over there. So not all the projects, but only the projects that you are making it available for them. So I do this, and then there's an iframe module as well, where you can actually put like an iframe here, and it becomes a separate module for the client portal. So when you create this here, I've got this one already set up, so I'll just show you this one. Then it becomes something like this. So this one, if you create one here, it'll become like this. You can have as many modules as you want. And you can have like one module or two modules. So each of this client portal has different sets of module, and obviously you can change them whenever you want. Okay, so I'll come back to the main portal now and then show you the project. So let's start with the projects, because I'll show you how now that we've created a client portal, and we can do that. Okay, so now when I create a project, I create a new project, for example, and you can choose between templates. So we've got one template at the moment. So this is my internal template, but we've got a public one template at the moment. We're going to be adding a lot more templates to it. You can add your own template as well. That's only visible to yourself. Then let's choose a project template, and it shows you like, we have to change this UI, but like it shows you what's available in this. So custom fields and task status. If I go to sales CRM, it changes to, okay, so task status, there's a lot more task status there, and there's a lot more custom fields that are purposely built for. If you log in this, so you should go in there like custom company name, email, and stuff like that. So you can build that on your own as well if you want, whenever you want. Okay, so now next step. So let's choose a simple project. Then next thing is you go in there and you say project name. So you go test project. And next. So now that I've explained groups and client portals, you can see how you can share between a group or a client portal. This group, everyone gets automatically created, because to share something in your in your um, in your account, you need groups. So that's why we create this group, everyone, because all your internal people go straight in there whenever they sign up. Like whenever new member comes in, they go straight into this everyone group. Anyway, um, so this is a default. This is the groups for your all your internal people. Maybe we should call it internal at everyone, or like, right now we call it everyone, internal at executive.com or something. Anyways, so now you can create like, so all the client portals, you can create and share this, you can share this project with client portal as well if you want. So you can get a list over there. So we won't share it now, but like I'll show you. And if you don't share it, that's just your own project. So no one else can see it, and all the only you can see that project. So let's share it with everyone, and let's share it with the, say example, client one project, and then create. Now, when that happens, you will get a new project here. Okay, so now you can create a project, like, so let's say task. So you've created a project. It doesn't have any sub projects at the moment. I'll get to that later. So what you do is like you just go test one, and then you can see the task details of all that. Task details come up only on the first task, because you want to show you like they're there. And over here you can have like different different custom status. So if you close this, let's concentrate on this one first. You can actually just click this and change the status from here. So that's really quickly, you can change the status of the task in progress, and you can assign the task to anyone as well very quickly as well. So let's say, this is actually myself. So I've done that. Let's assign it to someone else. Let's say, and so you can add like multiple people as well. You can have 2 or 3 people assigned to a task. And then when you do, what you do is like you go in there and you get all the details of the task, priority, progress so far, due dates. So you can get due dates. And then when you set a due date, you can repeat it. So recurring tasks. Then you can have details. So details, when you have details, you can have a lot of details as well. So if you pop up here, you know how some of them, like, you can write a whole brief or like content you can put it there. It's a whole WYSIWYG editor. Then you can have tags as well. So you can say, okay, let's do this. You can have custom fields. So you can create your own custom fields from here. I'll get to that later. And attach files and obviously comments and stuff like that. So the subtasks. So this is the task detail section where you can do a lot of stuff. So if I go attach files, I can select from either within Jumppl file storage, my computer, or all this other drives. So if you do external, only the link gets stored. So if you change then the whole file doesn't get stored. So if you change it somewhere on OneDrive again, it'll be reflected over here when they click. So that's really good. And then obviously you can create comments and communicate over here. So if you can add, like, people at Hamad, and a message will go out to them as well. So that going. So a message will go out to them in chat as well. So that's connected. That's the next part. So subtasks are there. Then you have time tracking, where you can start and stop the. So if you start time tracking, you can see it here, come up here. So you get time track, and you can finish the task over here. So it gets all the details of what's happening. But you can turn it off from easy way to turn it off is go to the same task and then just turn it off. And you can modify them later as well. So if you want to modify that, a lot of people do that afterwards. You can do that as well. And attach files to it, screenshots or something. You can do that. And then the logs, obviously, the logs is like takes a look on all the stuff that's happening, and so on this task, so that really gives, like, good measurement of what's happening, and if someone changes the status, when it was changed. So all those details are very easily accessible. Even the custom fields. If you change a custom field, it'll say custom field was changed from this to this, so that people don't, like, mess up with your like they don't be cheeky. Another question. Cloud storage, you have pre-cloud, also external cloud. Okay, I'll get to that one later. Um, Set up number of agents. I'll get to that later. Okay, so now you seen this one. Now let's talk about the project a bit more. Over here, you can see there's a few different ways. So there's about 6 ways you can see the projects. You can see Kanban. You can go to the project calendar. We have there's about like 2 or 3 calendars that so the ways you can see calendars. This is just for this project. So I set a due date, and this calendar will show up just that. If I go to Kanban, that's obviously Kanban view. So you can see the Kanban view here. Then you go to back to list. I prefer list view. And we can do a table view as well. So you can do a table view where if you have more custom fields, they'll come up over here. So you can, like, maintain it from there. So if you click here, it becomes like, a smarter sort of spreadsheet where you have all the details as well for each task, for each row. And you can do other stuff. Gantt charts are there. Not many people use it, but it's always good to have if you're doing a project that's demanded. So another thing, like, if you're using, so that's the thing. So scaling up it's all about scaling up. So if in the future you need a project that's needs Gantt charts, it's there for you to use. If you go with a lighter sort of a project management tool, like or a free one or something, then when you need a Gantt chart, you say, oh, okay, well, what do I do? What do I do? Then you have to shift to another tool altogether. Anyways, so now, and then the best thing that I like about the project management, this whole structure is, again, for scaling, is that the sub projects. The sub projects are really good because what happens is you can have 3 levels of sub projects. So I start a website, say example, right? And I go into, so these are all, it's a large website, a lot of moving parts. So you can easily create projects and sub projects over there. So you can see as like, so blogs is different, email marketing is different. Then you have like you can even create sub projects as well. Okay, so then it's I had another project here which I wanted to show you that was really that had a lot of similar stuff. Okay, so but you get the idea. So you can break it down into smaller ones. So if I go to blog, I can see like email marketing. So you can allocate these ones to all different people, and the people who are doing this part, for example, website promotion, they'll only come to that section and they won't be get lost with all the other information about that. But you do have a high level view as well. So there's a thing called, so I'm into Barry Humphries. We have a thing called overview. What you can do, click here and you get all the sub projects with tasks in them. So you click here and you can see all the sub projects as well. This is really good. This is really good for like managers and managers and stuff, so they can have a high level view of what's happening. They can go in there, and this can get like obviously, when you have hundreds of tasks in a big project, this can get really complicated. So this is the employees and staff members, they or the contractors, they can just go to their own project and not worry about all the other stuff. And you can the manager can go in all this stuff and then they can have a look. So it worked really good for us as well, where everyone knows like what's their own area, and they just go in there and they play around with that. And the manager can see the entire thing, and scales really well as well. So what happens is like this one, you can actually, like if you're doing multiple, if you have a client for multiple years and multiple, for example, 2022, you can have like, something like this where you're doing uh, multiple like tasks every month or every year, and you can break it down into smaller ones, so you know exactly where to go and do that. So there's a few ways to set up the structure of the project, and that's really interesting, and also very powerful as well. Okay, let's go back to our project. I think this view. So explain this part and this part, and then you have this on the left, on the right side, you have all these options there, a lot of options. If you're the admin, if you've created the project, you can see the admin section there. You can do a lot of other stuff like custom fields, custom status, um, public page, so you can actually share it with anyone, the whole this project. Like we have our roadmap on like if you go to Jumppl's roadmap on the website, that's been hosted on internally from another project. So I'll show you that. So if you go to the roadmap, that's hosted that's hosted. So this is a public link of a project that we're hosting, and this is the roadmap, obviously, and it's changed a lot. Like a lot of smaller stuff coming, but yeah, this is that we started with previously on AppServo, like 10 years ago when we went on AppServo. Okay, so if you're the admin, you can do that. You have to have that. You have reports in there for this project only, filters, sort, and other options as well. So other options I have, you can print the project. Um, you can make forms out of it. So you can have a public link where a form will get generated based on the custom fields, um, and there's a few other options there. Now I'll quickly move from here to my desktop app because I want to show you something. So if this top section over here for desktop app, it's quite good. Like I use it every day. What happens is when you are working on a project, or like one of your team members working on a project, you just go pinned, and that gets pinned at top as a top here. So when you open up your desktop app, you just click here, and the project will come up over here. So you can actually like work really smoothly over here rather than going on to the project itself and bring that. And you can go to the web as well. So open web and click here, and then a web browser will get open with this part with this link over here. Okay, now so that's this part of things. Then if you go on and select a project or select a task, there's a button here called select. You get a few more options here to copy the task over. Like you can select a bunch of them. So example, like let's have two just two. So you can have like multiple items, and you can do a lot of stuff like even generate invoice from them, or like that's advanced. But what you can do is change their statuses, export them in a CSV, change their priority, deselect all, generate invoice, and sharing and posting on client portal. That's another thing that's really nice. And I'll show you that afterwards. So, and lead task and move task. So move task is really like something that a lot of people have been using. So they have a lot of different sub projects. For example, you moved from January to February, and there's still a few tasks left over. Then you can just say move them over to the next one and get that. And you can also copy as well. So you just don't have to move it there. You can copy them as well. If you want to stay there, take them in both. Just make a copy, you can do that. And this is where you can create actually the a template as well. So you can have a really complicated project setup that you use every day for SEO, for example, like 50 different tasks for SEO, and you want to make a template so you can use it for every client. You can make a template, and it will and for next time you come in, you create a project, it will just say template over here, and you can choose that and get started straight away and name it differently, obviously. So this is part is to do with this. I'm sure I'm missing something. There's a lot more functionality as well, like a lot very powerful. Um, Especially custom fields are really powerful. Obviously, we had a client that used to have, so they were managing about 70 freelancers because it was a uh, e-commerce website where they were outsourcing the designs to all different people in the world, and they were using about 5 different uh, Google Sheets plus a Google Sheet for everything, and they had all the formulas going on and stuff like that. And they came here and it got all solved with the custom fields. And now the freelancers come in, the designers, and they have only the dashboard available to them, blocked everything else for them, and they just look at their own tasks and just they fill out the custom field. So they just come over here and they say they play with their own task. They have a list of their own tasks here, and all the other stuff is blocked for them, and they just fill out that and the custom field, and that's it. They're done. So that was a big achievement, I think, for me, for myself as well, where we were able to solve a very big problem and make it really simple for them. And they have about like 3,000 tasks coming in every month, every week. So a really big number of data as well, and very smoothly managed as well. So there's a lot of things you can do with that. Now, this is when you come to this project, this is your own, this is just one project here. Now, if you want to manage and look at all the different projects across the projects, like do a lot of stuff like progress, okay? So now you want to see the progress of Fusion project and all the sub projects, you can do it from here. So you can have a look at that, and then all the other, like how many tasks are there and stuff like that. So this is just an overview that for the managers. That's really good to have, and you'll obviously need it after you have a lot of projects there. Then you have the due dates. So all the due dates that are coming up, you can click on this, and then you get the task details as well straight from there. So that's really handy. And so this is from all the different projects, and this is for my tasks, and you can have it for all tasks as well. So all the different due dates from all different projects, you can see it over here. It's fun. Like we had a calendar over here before, and people probably our fault not making it obvious, but people thought that that's the calendar that does all this. But we want to keep every module separate from each other. So So you can turn on and turn them off. So we've named it events now. And this is for your events within your company, for example, birthdays or meetings or stuff like that. That handles that. So anything like, for example, dinner is coming up, or there's a long training and stuff like that. So you can manage all that from here. But this is for the projects and everything. So let's go to workloads. The workload is where you can manage all your um, you can see, well, whose tasks are assigned to what. So this is across all the projects as well. So you can see he's assigned to everything over here. So you can do that. And you can obviously, so that's something that's happening, but you can also, like, these are all the possible um, uh, statuses that they across all the projects. So some project might have this status, others might have this status. So all of them combined, you can see what the status, like, you can filter it out on this one over here. Now let's see. So another thing is the workload chart. This is really good because if you want to manage on this on the weekly stuff, so you can come in here and say, okay, I want to manage these two people, see what they're doing for the week, and create workload. We have to improve this. I think the UI, we have to improve this, name this a bit better. But then you can see that Lisa is working on this one for Tuesday and Wednesday. So Tuesday, and we can move it around as well. So you can say, okay, now I don't want Lisa to work. I want Oliver to work on it, and I can create tasks from here as well. So I say, okay, Fusion, Casanova, and just say name the project, name of the task. So I select the project here. I select the team member here. So that's already selected because I've clicked on them. And I say, that's 3. And then I say create. So this is stuff, and you can obviously move it around and do all the planning over here. I think this has got a lot of potential, and we're working on it to make it better. But this is, like, a good way of planning. Some people like this, and yeah, this is, we want to develop this to a much better or um, much more used tool in the future. But right now, like, a lot of most of them managers use this. They get a good overview because, like, there's a few tasks for them to look at, and this indicates this is subtask. Okay, so now the reports are there. Reports are really good as well. So you can have, like, go on and select a project, and then you can have reports from that. So it's based on, like, you can include sub projects, and, like, have a date. For example, what are the current tasks available for all this and stuff like that. So that's really powerful as well. There are some bugs in this, I think, on this one, because we've changed the statuses recently. So that's why there's a couple of issues there, but we're getting this fixed. So this will become a lot more. Most of our users, like, at the moment, they use one particular one where they can see the custom fields, and it's based on the custom fields to get generated data. And they got that created for us, and that works well for them. But it's just like, if you dive in more, like, this is like 3 months, 4 months in the platform, you'll probably need some of them because they're powerful. And then we have the archived archived projects as well. Okay, so I think we're spending too much time on the project section alone, because there's a lot of other stuff to do as well. So let's move on quickly, or more quickly. I've got a chat message here. Let's see, will there be a replay? Yeah, I'm recording it this time. I am recording it this time. I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, it's a record. So we can arrange, like, I'll probably try to arrange another one next week. But I think the recording this time I want to get it right and then post it there. And if people, we'll have one every week actually. Let's have one every week where we can go through this and ask any questions as well. Okay, so there is a poll there. Let me, if you can answer this, that'll be really good. So how easy was it to, okay, after the launch, okay, so let's say launch. Sorry. So just launch, and let's see. Let's put it here. let's see what we did come up with. Okay, so coming back to this project, let's move on to the next most used feature, that is the chat feature. The chat desktop app is really I love the desktop app. Saves me a lot of time every day, and like it's and I like I like to get features built that I use as well. Obviously, that's what uh, like how we experimented, and it's been like a lifesaver because we just added a recording there, and I can send messages like recorded messages to my teammates and put them inside the um, put them inside a task as well. So you can actually from a desktop app you can actually go and say, okay, this task let's put some instructions for them. Let's put and we can start recording. This is a new feature, so I'm really excited about it. There's other features obviously as well, but this one, you start recording there, and when you stop recording, you see that, and it gets attached to the. So you can attach this to this task, and you're good. Like so you can very easily, very quickly, you can give a long set of instructions to the user, to your team members. um, you can actually now you can send it out to people as well. So I'll show you that later. But so the desktop app is laid out in a really good way where you get all the pinned items at the top here. So whatever you're using frequently, you can use that. And then you have so there you can see all the groups and all the all one-on-one chats groups. Let's go to the sales group. I think this is a dummy account that I use for okay, so they've put some stuff there. So that we use for demos and stuff like that. So we'll do that. Okay, now the desktop app has project management as well. So you can actually go to the project, which we saw there, and you can see the task there. Um, of all the of this project. You can do that here. And the good thing about I spoke about scaling before. So now and getting the making it a bigger how to solve the bigger problem that is we are using so many tools other stuff. So now that we've created all of this stuff in one platform, imagine the possibilities that we can come up with. This is one possibility that I always thought was possible. Now we've got this, so I can just go and select the task here and then drag it over, and this becomes a task in this chat, and I can just simply say, hey guys, what's the status on this, and I can do that. I can go and assign a task to, say, example, Oliver, and Oliver gets a message in the task that this task has been assigned to you. So see, like solving that problem in a broader perspective, and that's made to do all that. Otherwise, you'll have to do integration and stuff like that. And the UI, even if you do the integrations, you can't you don't have control over the UI, because the UI will make it people use the platform, I know Slack has all the integration. We had we have Slack, and we used to have like a Slack whenever someone posted about us on internet. We'll get a notification, and it was exciting for like 2 days, but after that no one even looked at it. And like there were a lot of other integrations that people don't even look at it. So that's it's good to have integrations like that, but it's like you have to uh you have to see how many people use it on a daily basis. Like there'll be some stuff calendar invites and everything that's really helpful, and that's why we use that's why you use like Zoom and stuff like that. But the thing is, if you have put everything in one place, like we have done, and in a nice manner. I'm saying a nice manner because we have especially the desktop app, where all the interface is made for like, for differently than rather than just copying a web app to the same over here, like a few other projects have done. So that really, like, takes the feel out of the desktop app. So this is a different interface to the main app. And then we've got the mobile app. So the mobile app, so I've launched this one now. The mobile app is actually uh, I'm really proud to make it a native app. So a native app is like, when you're coding for the platform rather than doing it on web and then doing that. So we have this desktop app is there. You can chat on it. You can project management. You can have the files, um, and then you have even have timesheets. So the timesheets, I'll get to the data, but like I'll just give you a good thing about that is like, okay, so now they're my guys who are working. I'm not the kind who will try, like, do the big brother on them, but the thing is, this is just a possibility that I'm showing you. I click on this one and I can see what they've been working on, and I can see the interval and timesheets as well. Like that's part of the timesheet module. But I'm just saying, like, opening up having a native app gives all those possibilities that we've been, like, we've been developing this app for like 3-4 years now, and done all the hard work to have that. So there's a lot of future, like it's not limited. I'm saying it's not limited. You can have a lot of stuff that you can do, and we can do later on as well with that. So not going the web app way, we have achieved that. Anyways, and obviously it's for the platform as well. So for the mobile, it's totally different. It's not just a website on a app. It's a totally different platform, and it's made for that platform. Anyways, so you got the check-in and check-out. So I said, like, it's a timesheets one. You can do check-in, check-out from here. And some people use it, some people don't use it, but it's really good. Like I'll actually jump over straight to the timesheet module. So we've done chat, where we can, like, send messages. So I'll show you. So what you can do is, like, this is a good lifesaver for me as well, like the um, voice messages. So you can actually record voice messages and just send it to them very easily. You can you can reply to messages as well. So we're making a new feature where you can actually comment on a task straight from this. So you can have a button here, comment, and it'll just comment on the discussion. So it'll open up. So that's, how we have conversation about a, a, pro, a task inside the chat, and that gets lost and doesn't get logged to the to the task. So with this interface, with this, like, the one feature that I'm telling you that's coming in, you can save all that stuff within with all your chat with the task as well. So that's like another good thing about combining them all together. Okay, so then we have the me section here. So me section is a new one where this is me, and I get to go to my dashboard and I can see all my recent files, recent projects, and all my assigned tasks very quickly. So this is, like, most of the normal users, like most of your staff, can do a lot of most of the stuff from the desktop app. So again, making it really easy for them to do all that. So this is all the timesheets as well. I can do all of this stuff from the me section here. So I click on this project, it'll open up over here, and we have a Kanban board as well. So let's go to a project that has actually some tasks. Filters, obviously, filters there, but uh, you have the Kanban board as well. You can do that. And also you have the files as well. So the files are all the file storage that we spoke about over here. So that's linked to the file storage. So all your file folders. This was a really powerful tool. So we don't use internally. We don't use Google Drive. We don't use other platforms. We just save everything in here. And this is based on groups as well. So you can create a new folder and share it with a group. when you create a new client portal and have the files modules in it, like this one, the client portal and the file module, this automatically creates a folder in your file storage for that for that for this section. So anything you can load over here will go over there, and everything that's linked together. So you'll get a folder for this in your own client, in your own file storage as well. Okay, so let's talk about a bit about the timesheets module. Anything else that if I can take if you can put anything on questions if you want, and I can take it. So for cloud storage, do you have pCloud? We don't have pCloud yet. I know it's pretty popular and we should integrate it, but what we have is the external storage setup member or per agency. Okay, so it's external storage setup per member. Okay, so you get a total. So from the apps module, you get a total of 10, 20, and 30 GB for your whole account. So in an account, you can have as many clients as you want, as many client portals. So that's what you get from with that storage over here. So 10 GB to start with for all your storage. We have seen that people don't use as much storage as they think they like. 10 GB sounds 10 GB is like, but not too much. But a lot of people like they don't end up using that much because they're using a lot of project like they whatever using in cloud, like the projects that doesn't get um, affected because that's unlimited for under 100 megabytes. So you don't end up storing too much in your file storage. You can store most of the things over there. Anyways, so yes, I want to make sure each client have a portal. Yep, each client has a portal, and I want to set up projects that is to be done for each client. Of course, I don't want one client seeing. Perfect. That's exactly so. If you're there, that's exactly what you can do. So you can create a project, and you can link it up with the client portal. So if you go to this project here, you'll see this. This is Durango is linked to this one, and you get a set of other other projects as well that are linked to this portal. So you can have multiple projects linked to one portal, and obviously sub projects as well. And if you go to this one, it'll have its own projects and sub-projects. So whatever you share from the main portal, that gets shared over there. So you can see here. So this even doesn't have a project. So this is what you want. Like if you wanna share this. So I'll show you the iframes one. I'll go back to that one and show you that. Question. Okay, there's a question. New question. Either need to schedule a one-on-one or one setup or very detailed step-by-step how. I just talked after I was done. Okay, cool. Not a problem. So you have I'll share a link with you guys, and so we have 4 participants coming up. Definitely. So you can go to very easy to set up a schedule. I'll show you a meeting for one meeting. That's fine. So you go to on your portal. You can just go to here, click here, and you will get the option of book a demo. Just book a demo, and we can have one-on-one call, not a problem at all. Okay, so really like to have one-on-one calls. I learned so much in the one-on-one calls. You can't imagine. Like I had a like for the past like the 3-4 days, I'm having non-stop one-on-one calls, and I've learned so much about people, about even like how to market stuff, because some people most of the thing is like we're new to marketing this big sort of a platform, and we're getting it wrong. Like I'll be honest, like we're improving. We had it like really wrong before, so we're slowly improving. Then getting there and talking to people like yourself helps a lot with that. So I can get my pitch right as well. As you can see, it's a big platform, and we haven't even covered. I think we haven't even covered like 60% of everything that's in there in like 1 hour. Anyway, so there's another question. Let's see. Another question from. Okay. Sure. Most welcome to do that. Okay. So now, did anything else we want to talk about? Like, otherwise, I'll go with this timesheets module. If no one wants to talk about that, I can skip it. But let's actually let's because I'm recording it. Let's do that. So timesheet module is really a attendance. Uh, so we wanted to solve a problem where a lot of companies they don't know. So first is attendance. So people checking in, checking out, and all the way to screenshots and idle times as well. So a lot of features you can include and exclude from here. So you can even set up like you can even change the button name over here. So you can say check out, check in, or start working, stop working, whatever you want, with whatever you're comfortable with. You can do track idle time. So if they don't, so if this when they start doing this, so if they start this, um, they you can have the screen captures on, but you can have it off as well. So you can have screen monitoring on, and you can do all that stuff. But the powerful thing is you can do it for each user as well. So you can for each user, you can say I want 10 frequencies per screenshot per minute and stuff like that. Just because I think with working with teams, like 80% of the people do the right thing. I mean, and the other 20% or like they because of that 20%, everyone gets in trouble. So what happens is you can select these people and then see and make them more productive. It's just about making them more productive. That's all. For myself, like for our own business, I say we can't get a productivity of 8 and 9 every day because then the people will burn out. So we have to have a 7.5 is like really good. So out of 10, if you have a 7.5 productivity, that's really good. And actually, this webinar, I'm saying a lot of stuff that I don't say normally, and it's all coming out, I think. So that's good. But like, so for that, like for that 20%, we can have like stuff a bit more harder, and when they come up to speed, then like stop doing that. So that sort of thing. But people, I think I think this will be really good, really popular in the future, because what happens is and this is the time recording. Okay, so I'm doing time recorded. I'll just stop this. um I think, like, if you grow your business to a level, um you'll see a lot of different people doing different stuff, and then you have to work with that flexibility, like not everyone the same. So this, like, a lot of people have like attendance problem, like there are people coming in late, people coming in early, that destroys the atmosphere of the thing and everything. So this is, and also with the remote work going on, that's like that's it's gonna work really good for that, like. And we have a couple of companies using this, not too many, because this is one of the recent ones that we've made, but it's really, like, for us, it reduces the bandwidth of the of YouTube from YouTube a lot. So just saying it out loud, yeah, it's just like some sort of thing to manage your team. So if someone working from home, then you can manage them easily through here, and all the settings makes it really good. Okay, so this is like, you can have timesheet, you can have manual entry. If you even that, like, if you're not doing check-in, check-out, you can have manual entry, leave management. It's in the early phases, but we're getting there, where someone can apply for a leave and you can accept and reject it. So that's there as well. um, you can attach tasks, you can attach tasks to in each interval. Then you can also have accept the reject, or like have a look at the logs as well, like if there were any idle time and stuff like that. So you can do all of that stuff from here. We have another question here. Can an internal team member assign tasks to the client if they're on the So if they are on the same client portal, then they can see that. So the client, when a project gets shared with the client portal, um, so there's three members on. If they're in the client portal, then they'll see that. If they're not on the client portal, they won't be able to see all of that, all the names in the list that they have. So it's separate. So if, for example, you have three people in the client portal and 7 different people in the internal portal, they can't see each other in the project list, in the drop down for assignees, unless they have unless they're there together. So you can do that. And one thing I'll mention, because you asked, like that's a really good thing, because one of the project settings. So project settings, in the project settings, you have a lot of options there. I'll show you. So edit project settings. So you can actually say, okay, on show assignees on the client portal, no. Show task comments on no, and show task team, no, and show task logs, no. So you can do all of this stuff as well. And there is, you can do all that. Plus you can do, when you're creating a custom field. So creating a custom field, add custom field. So for each custom field, you can decide if it's in the internal portal or the client portal. So example, there's a cost structure that only the client can see. You can put it only on, or turn that on for that. There is like internal custom field. For example, like you can make a description or like, cost or something like that for internally that can be different. That's really powerful as well. So you can have that for that stuff. You can have like so this is so we've got two things for task and project. So this is interesting that I should mention, is like when one is task and one is projects. Why is it different? Because this is individual tasks from any project that you can share over here, and this is the projects. So the whole project gets shared. If you look at it, this one, this is really powerful, because you can say because you can name them differently. So each module you can customize the names. You can say onboarding tasks. So this is our client tasks, and you can have a list of stuff for them to do for the clients. For the projects, it's just simple. Just share the whole project and it's there. But you can have tasks from different projects as well, shared inside one. And then there's like, this is really nice. So I'll show you another really cool feature. What you can do, if you have the feed, you can actually post updates like this, where you can select a few tasks and just say, okay, this feed, so I'll show you how it's done. So you go to a project and you select these and you say post on client portal. And then you post it on client portal, say example, this week's tasks. We are going to do this. We are going to do these tasks this week. And let's save it this. And we have shared this. So this can be from any project, right? So this is good for onboarding, like and other stuff that you want to do with them. And just shared, because the clients, like what happens, the clients are mostly like, they are mostly they mostly don't want to delve into too much stuff. They work like, they've given you the work, they're happy that they're going to pay you, and you can do all the stuff themselves. So they didn't hire overview of stuff like that. So when they come in there, they can see this, and they can just click here and they can change details as well. Details, obviously we've had hidden, for example, we've hidden these. So now they can't see the details or like the assignees and stuff like that. So they only see what they have what you've allowed them to see, and comment on it. Good. And then okay. So you can do that, make comments, and also share, like, share updates and stuff like that from there. You can. So this is the feed section. Feed section is mostly for updates and everything. For sharing it over here, there's another option. where you can say, okay, these two tasks and share on client portal. We should name this differently, definitely. It's not really, but that's like, that's what I'm saying. We're improving every day, and we try to make it more like, yeah, we're improving every day. So every day I look at it like, we've come this far over 6 years, and we're improving it every day, and we've come so far because like we're trying to solve the bigger problem, so we have to think about the long run rather than just saying, okay, we have to finish the project in 6 months and we make a lot of money or make some money, and then like, we'll do whatever. It's for definitely for the long run, and people who understand it will appreciate the all the power of it. So this is like, okay, so share on it, and so I shared with them, and this then it'll appear in the task project. Now the job request one is really good, and it's used by most of our enterprise users. So this is like, you can set up really complicated job requests, and this is like, when you're scaling a bit more further, you'll find there's like 20 different clients or 30 different clients. They want to come in and um, uh, they want to make a job for you quickly, and that's it. They want to come back later and then do that. And for yourself as well, it's a good process to have, where you don't have to do the emails and stuff like that. You can just tell them, okay, this is your client portal, just come in and do whatever you want. We'll get the stuff done for you. But you have to do a certain amount, like, you have to tell us the briefs, you have to tell us this, to make it more easy for us. Because the client, they'll just say, and they just put 2 lines, and they just send it off to you. And obviously that can't scale. That can't scale. So what they do is like, one of our clients, they have um, about like 50 offices that they get job requests from. And what happens is it becomes something like this. So they come in and they say, "Okay, create a job request." Um, they have access to this portal, obviously, and based on the projects and sub projects, you can put in really complicated. So I can say, I want a design work done. And also, what is it, an ad, or is it like um, is it like a video, or is it ad? And then based on that, like, you can create a structure in the sub projects and projects to have them defined. And based on those custom fields, you can then have a project, a task, the fields over here. So based on the custom field that you've created for that project, this one, um, they'll get a form over here. They can attach files, they can do that, and when they submit it, and they submit this form, a task will get created in that project. And so the internal members can't see it, they can't see the job request. They'll see the task, they'll work on it, they'll change the status in progress, and the client over here, they will see the process, the change, they'll see that change, and they can get, like, when it's done, it'll get removed from there, like, when it's archived, it'll be done, and all the information, and they'll receive, they can communicate with them. But that's really good process, like, for all this. They call job requests, and we're selling it mostly to enterprise because they have one of them have 25 different offices that the jobs come in from. And it was a nightmare, obviously, for them, for this team of like about 8 marketing digital team, and they get job requests from everywhere, and that really solves the problem for them. So that's really good to have over here as well. So there's, as I said, client portals have a few other stuff. We are adding more stuff to this. I think if we can solve the problem of, I think we haven't solved it quite yet, but it's going to be for the email. So the client can do everything from the email. So you create, say example, I'll give you an example. So if you can send this a form, say example, if it's like, they're too lazy to come in over here. So what you can do is, like, you can say, I can get a public link for this. I'll go to a more sophisticated pro which has a lot of custom fields. So Yeah, now even further. So let's go into CRM one. CRM. Contact pages. Yeah. Okay, let's go into that. So this project has a lot of custom fields for us. Now what I can do is like this is just example, not a I'm just showing the custom fields thing. So what you can do is like you can say add you can go here and you can say uh, copy public link. Okay, so now copy public link, and so if it, so making it life easier for the client and making them do not too much work. So what do you do is that you can just send them this link, and what they'll get is they'll get a form. They'll get a form like this that they can enter it in. So you put all of this information, or like you can customize to whatever you want in the custom field. And when they say submit, you'll get easily get a new task over here, and then you can do that. So I'm very particular, like very passionate about solving that problem. I think that's when they solve this problem, it's like another step ahead for that. So we solved a few problems, but this one, like if they do it, say example, like they can do you can send a reminder for them on their email, and they can just say click on it and approve disapprove right from the email. That's one of the things that we want to do as well. Where they mostly work on the mobile, or like they just work on the desktop, but like they want to make as quick as possible for them. Um, so that's what I think we haven't nailed it properly, but I think in 4 months time, 5 months time, we'll have that sorted as well. We've got a lot of good ideas coming in from AppSumo users, like that you were saying, and he gave a really simple example solution that we can do like within 2 days that will solve a few of the stuff. So a lot of more stuff coming that way, but this is an example of what you can do for the clients, for the client for that. So like things like this one, and you can create forms like this and host it anywhere. So it's based on the same concept of a job request, uh, but like it's a public link. No one has to sign up for that to do that. Okay, so let's move forward a bit. So file storage we've covered briefly. Then invoices as well. So invoices is another thing. Feed, and so feed is updates for your um, updates from your company, and I think they to my because the video. I think the recording is a bit slowing down, but like you can this is your internal feed, and I think you can share it with the portal as well. So I'll just see. Yeah, it's slowing down a bit, but you can share. I'm pretty sure you can share this feed with your client portal from here as well. So you can ideally, like if you want to make a big post, say example, for all your clients portals, um, we can do that from here. For example, like holidays coming up, we will be off for this while. So you can create a post and then put it for all your client portals, and then it'll get displayed on the so on the feed for all this. The feed is available in the there is another module called home, which has I'm just looking at the home one. No, I don't have it. There's another module called home. So home has a few widgets, and we're adding more to it as well, that you can actually the feeds in the widget in the home as well. So when they land in, they can see that the feed there, and they know what's happening. So you can post a bunch of stuff on their feed as well. Okay, so coming back to the main portal, um, let's talk about a quick talk about. I'll come to the invoices at last and events. I'll come to this one later. Okay, so you can put your subdomain over here in admin section, and that will appear. So let me show that. So subdomain, you follow these instructions, and our lovely developers, they'll put it in for you. You just need like custom. You have to do one custom thing for that, so they'll do that. And if you go to admin, so let's go to profile. You can do a few things from the profile. You can make them multiple admins. There's a new option coming where you can make internal and external members, so you can change them over internal or external. Because I can edit a few information for them because I'm the admin. This user is the admin user, and then you can turn this off for them if you want. You can see which groups they are in. This is another thing that I'm really I really want to solve. We want to solve like internal comments. So if you want to congratulate someone and share it with everyone, say he's done a really good job. He has done a really good job. He has done a really good job on this project. Blah blah blah. You just add that, and that becomes a part of their profile. So you're solving that problem as well. So you're solving not just projects, you're solving the whole business problem. So looking at that, and that obviously involves motivating people and or like even HR. So we have a group of HR as well where we can say, okay, this guy only internally, so only two people can see it. They can't see it themselves. They can. So this is based on groups. So you can have HR comments as well on them as well. My light has gone off now. They've lost battery. Okay, so now you can do all of that stuff there. Now let's quickly, I think we're coming to 1.5 hours. So let's quickly try to finish this off with invoices and events. So invoices, this is a relatively new new section where you can set up your business. So you can set up multiple companies here. So this is one company. And you can set up like multiple companies for yourself, obviously. And based on that information, the invoice will get generated, and you have the customer management as well. So you can set up different customers, all the customers, and in the invoices, you can use that. So you can use, so if you create a new invoice, now I can select the company, my company, and I can select the client, and I can see how that will look like. So this is the terms and conditions that I've put in my company's information. So you do that. So it goes out, and you can obviously edit it here as well. Then based on the tasks that you do, you can populate them here and add items. You can add items over here and send them the invoice when it's created. Send them in an email. Download it, or you have like different templates coming in. So we have different templates going on that we've just added recently, and you can do that. And so you can have generated invoice, split view, main view, or even this one like so. So you can see the invoice getting generated here. And we're going to add, so some of one of the users gave us a really good idea. We were going to implement payment altogether, like our own Stripe payment, but they said like for start off, we can just put a button here for payment. So when this goes out, there'll be a button like within early next week that you can actually create an invoice and just say over here, payment button and payment link. So it'll just say so you can have like people who have their own payment set up on other sites, they can just go and come in and say pay now, and it'll take them to the external payment gateway, or like or if you're using something for that in the middle, you can do that, and then the email will go out with that. So we're doing that. This one at the moment is just for like manual entry, so and record a payment. Or like attach it to an invoice as well. So this is for internal records. So the next obviously is coming up is CRM. CRM, we are experimenting with it, playing with it and developing it, and yeah, and that'll be there. So we've got heaps of requests in the past 10 days. So what we're doing now is maybe the CRM will get delayed a bit towards next month, end of next month. But that will be that's coming soon. So it's already like a few things that are developed already for that. And then like let's talk about events last. So this is we used to call it calendar, but now we call it events, just because people were getting confused that if it's actually the project calendar. As I said, like we want to make it separate each module separately. So this is something that a lot of companies don't miss out on or don't have, that actually affects. Um, so their calendar is based on the task calendar. That's fine, but if you're managing more people, then there's birthdays coming up. There's like there's meetings going on. There's other stuff that's happening, like trainings, long trainings, and stuff like that. That you can solve it from this that we wanted to solve it from this. Say example, launch coming up and everything. So this is like separate from projects for a reason, but we're getting like we might add one calendar that solves tasks as well. It's not that hard actually, because we this is a group, so we can base it on groups. So we all we have to do is like um, say like give show my task, show my everything over here, and when we're done with that, then we'll move it back up to more prominence with saying by saying like it's a calendar now. But we wanted to solve other problems first before we get to it, because this is the easy part. To be honest, calendar is the easy part. We have already got Google Calendar integrated. We just waiting for approval, and it's really not that difficult to add the calendar and do all the stuff here. And other stuff is more important, more difficult that we wanted to get done with. Just like like the chat. Chat is the most difficult one to nail it right, and especially with the desktop app that's working really nicely. And we've just integrated like calls as well. So one-on-one video calls and one-on-one screen sharing as well. So if another user is on, so you can see they're on web here, but if they were on a desktop app, any other user, I can go there and say there'll be an option over here for me to say call them. So the call option will be there for them. Okay. Okay. So now, last thing I want to discuss and finish off here. If anyone of you has any other questions, let me know. I can have happily solve this. I think I've solved. I've answered. My table. I've answered this. I've answered these questions for cloud. Pick your cloud. Answer these ones. General team member assigned task. Yeah, I think I answered that. Okay, so I haven't answered that. Okay, I'll try to. I think I have answered this, but I'll again say it. So if they're in the same group, they can, or client portal, they can have that. If they're not in the same group, how do you notify us when new features are released? We're planning to do email outs, so more email outs coming in. That hi Ryan, hope you're well. I think I spoken on email. So we will plan to do that. We'll get a bit more structured towards that, like releasing more features and getting the word out. Yeah, definitely we'll be posting stuff. And we have a Facebook group, so it's really good. Like if you guys can join our Facebook group, I'll show you the Facebook group. So and we have a Facebook group that has our early adopters. So this is, I'll send a link to this. So it'll be really good to keep in touch with everyone through the Facebook group. We keep posting stuff like that. I know it's not the best place that we should be doing other stuff. Where is the chat? Okay. Now the customer company logo. Okay, so you're asking it there. Okay, so how to customize the client portal to have our company logo and client logo. So join this group, please. And Dominic, I'll ask you a question. So easy, very easy. So what you do is like you go here, you go to admin, and you change the logo here. So same logo goes over here, same logo goes on the other side, on the client portal. So if you update here, it get updated to your client portal as well. And the custom subdomain, we asked one to have our company logo and even the login. So if you have this one set up, it will, when the clients come there, they'll see their logo when they join, when they sign up. Another thing I should mention is if I go to the client portal, Okay. Each client portal has their own unique invitation link. So you can add in just this one. So you can send this to anyone, and they will when they sign up, like when they come in, they will see your if you got the custom subdomain open, so they'll see your logo, and they will know they'll come into your so they'll come into your custom sorry, they will register straight into that portal from here. And if you have your logo set up, then it will come straight into your then they'll see your logo and stuff like that. Hope that answers that. Okay, so that's it. But I want to show you at the last. I want to show you the real power of groups, and what what I said, like what we can do if we have everything in one place. First of all, there's so much you can do in the future, like with the AI stuff. Like you can have measure employee sentiments. You can have see what's happening, because everyone owns in one place. A lot of bigger companies, they have to opt on other tools for that. Example, if um, someone's usage drops for so much, or it's like drops and everything, you see something's bad, like if something's bothering them, or something it's not just right for them. So you can do so much other stuff if you have all of this in one place. We've got another chat question. So internal team member assigned task to a client. Yeah, so I think I answered that. So if yes, they can, if they are in the same portal. So if they are the same portal, they can. If you don't include them in the same portal or in the same group, they can't assign. So everyone can assign the task to each other if they're on the same portal, or if they're in the same project. Sorry, same group. So client portals are just like groups, where there are a bunch of people, and same as groups as well. Because I think you can't see my video. Sorry. So I'll show my video as well. So groups are just like a bunch of people together working together, and same as client portal. Client portal is like a bunch of people working together as well. So the client portals are actually in the backend. They're just groups. They're just groups, and then we have an interface for them separately. So in like if someone's in the client portal and you've mentioned them together, they can see each other and they can assign a task to each other. You can block that off, obviously, from with the setting that I showed you, where uh, you don't show the assignees in the client portal if you want, or if you combine them together, they can. So if your employee is in the same group as a client, or in the same client portal as a client, they can assign tasks to each other. But if they're separate, they can, and that's why we have actually. I'll show. That's a very interesting thing, because one of the things that we do with groups is okay. Now you can have multiple groups. You can have multiple people, multiple groups in the same sharing the same project. When you have that, so the initial is all sales. Project comes in, you assign it to salespeople, then it goes out. You can just remove them and assign to the developers. So it's as simple as that. So then you have, and if you remove this, then only developers will see that. If you have sales, then they can see. They each of the member they'll see their own groups as well over here. So that's something quite powerful as well. Easy. That's good to have. Really not that nice. Just okay. Okay, so last thing I want to show you is the power of client portal. So this are actually inboxes where you see all the activity happening. We're making it much more intelligent now, so you can have a lot of. Actually, I'll just go there quickly and show you the inbox. So inbox is something happens on the task and all. They get there's a log for that, And this is throughout, like, what's been happening on your company, like tasks and everything, updating and everything. That's all over here. You have a very large amount of notification settings. So each module has a really extensive settings for tasks, for notification. So, for example, you wanna new task created. I just want to get involved in my own tasks. I just want to receive my own, or all shared with me, all projects. So all the projects I created, or all the projects shared with me, I can set manual settings for that. So if a task is a task assigned, I can set a manual setting for all the tasks assigned to me, for all the projects I created, shared with me. So I get a notification for that. So you can see, like, inbox or email notifications are the most popular, but you can get on the mobile as well. So push notifications and on chat as well. So that's really, like, a lot of things you can do. And then we have feed, then what happening on files, then job requests as well. So job requests, like, what happens when a new job request comes in. So all this module, and you can turn them off, the whole module from here. You can turn the whole module from here as well. That's hidden over here. Then you have your own profile settings and client portal. That this is the same thing as this one. Or no, this takes you to client portal. Log out. Inviting your team is really easy. Oh yeah, one thing I should mention is this button here: invite your team, invite external team members. So if you do an external team member, you can put them straight into, say, example, a client is coming. You can put them straight into that client portal, so they don't have to. They can sign up with a link as well that I showed you before, but you can do that from here as well. And other stuff, like, do that. We didn't touch too much on the file storage as well. Because inside the file storage, what you can do is, like, you can create your own. So this we really want to make it a really powerful document sharing plus document creation as well. So you can actually create notes. So this is rich text as well. You can do that. We have a lot of plans on doing other stuff, like I think Canva has a button now where um, you can create graphics right from within other platforms. So we can have create button, and then have Canva stuff as well coming in, and other stuff like create a small website or something like that. Create a small page or wiki page, something like that. You can do that from here. We have another question. So let's see. Family integrated. Yes, that's integrations are coming soon. So next 3 months there'll be a lot of integrations. Why not we haven't done integrations right now is same fact that we wanted to make sure, like, however we can go without integrations, because then again the same concept, that it's coming in the same platform, so you don't have to use other platforms to do that. But obviously we'll definitely need integration at some point. So that's what we're doing now. So next 3 months probably, we have a few things lined up in the next 3 months. We have the CRM coming up. We have the payments coming up. So the payments will be there. Then we have a Google Calendar integrations with the events there. That's coming up. And then after that, API. The API is coming up, and small tweaks here and there for that. And then the API is coming up. Okay, let's finish off. It's been quite long, and I'm actually impressed with myself that I've spoken for 100 minutes without taking a break. That's really good. So it took about like 3-4 webinars for me to get used to this, because I was just jumping in and talking to people straight up. But I think this I needed to have a format for this, and I'm just making sure it's getting recorded. Okay, so now last thing I want to mention before I go is, when we have something like this happening, where you have a few things combined together, imagine how powerful it can be in the future. I come in, I look at Oliver, and from here I can just go and say, what's assigned tasks does Oliver have? And I can see this. I can see all of them in different projects. I can see his logs. So I can see control panel, where if he's done something worked on any project, you'll see this over here. that he's been working on this project for the last whatever he's been working on this for the last 7 days. We'll do that here. Similarly, I can come to my own thing. I can see my own control panel. I've just worked on these stuff. So these are the tasks I worked on. That's the log. So this is the log that I've done. And same, you can do that for any other project, any other person here. Now, groups. So I have got groups. So let's say sales group. Sales group. Sales group. What projects are shared with them? What has been the activity, the group activity? You'll be able to see that. What the members there, group activity. So I say, okay, guys, I've finished this. I'll just say, guys, I have finished this work. Now I can go in and see anyone can see the group activity and see the task here. And when they say, like, all the activity comes in, like what's been happening in the group. So imagine, like, what else we can do with that. It's all combined together. A lot more possibilities. And I'm sure I haven't, like, I'm forgetting a few stuff that's there, but there's a lot of more possibilities that we can do with this one, with having all this combined in one place. Yeah, and then with the groups, yeah. So it's all about, like, where we're heading to the future as well, and, like, we want to make it solve that problem where you can do everything from one place. You have what's this one? Feed, yeah. Yeah, and then also, like, timesheet. So I come in and I say, okay, I'm the manager. I'll come and say, give me the timesheet for everyone here, for example, and then you can see you can even see the stuff that they're working on and stuff like that. And so the settings. So all of this combined in one place. So this is just the demo project, but, like, and you can actually manage different companies as well. So what you can do is, like, you can have an account for each different company that you're managing, and based on that you can have different accounts and switch over. So and from AppSumo point of view, it's like one code is available for one account only. So you have different businesses, so you need to have different account and different codes for that. So that's the okay. Okay, guys. So I think I should wrap up now. And see, check if there is any other thing that I've left. No, permanent integration. Yeah. So where we're going now is, as I mentioned, the roadmap there. Plus, now personally, like, we're confident that it's a product that people should be very happy using, and we're going to be pushing it more. So for the next 6 months, uh, the AppSumo deal is actually, we planned, like, from a couple of months, we made a marketing plan for the next 6 months, and we thought, okay, if we go on AppSumo, what we'll get from that, and then take it from there. So I really love the early adopter mindset of the AppSumo users, and all the ideas they have. Like, that's not really common in other. So I think there's about, like, a statistic where you have 12% early adopters, and the rest of them, most of them are normal users. So it's really good to come on here, get all your support, and find all the stuff. Good, bad reviews. I know there's been a couple of bad reviews as well, but I totally understand, like, that's part of it. And we definitely in it for the long run. So we have to take it day by day, and keep improving there. So doing a lot of marketing after this. So the AppSumo one was the first thing that we're doing for the marketing, and then there's a bunch of stuff coming up after that, and a bunch more features as well. So really excited about everything. Thanks for all your support. Really nice to talk to so many people, so many intelligent people, and get so many other ideas. Happy to. And if you want a one-on-one call, as I mentioned before, there's an easy link. So there's a lot of videos that we're posting. So we're trying to post a lot of videos on the YouTube channel. So this is a character, actually. I'll just if I can go to the YouTube channel, see if I can go to it directly, and no, okay. So we try to post a few videos every now and then. There'll be much more happening. Actually, much more happening now that that we're comfortable with making videos. We used to have a separate person for all the videos that we've done before, and they just what happened was they actually the UI has changed so much. We're moving so fast and developing so many characters, so there's so many features so quickly that videos get outdated really soon. And I think this is a good way. The webinar is a good way to go to make it a few months every month, like and where we can record and put it out there. So that's really good. But this is a character that our designer that created about 5-6 years ago, and we wanted to make him like sort of a mascot for the product, but it didn't like match the probably the people that we were aiming in. Like we have a few enterprise clients as well, but said we'll use it over here, so that's really good. He's really nice. His name is Pete. Pete is you can call him. There's a female version as well of. He has a female friend as well, and we'll put her as well soon out there. So just finalizing it. So we have a set of characters that we were gonna put in the emojis and stuff like that. But yeah, because of all the feature set and all that stuff, we don't get time for that. But yeah, one day we'll put all of them together. But you'll see Pete. Keep seeing Pete more often. Okay, guys, thanks a lot, and lovely giving this out. And talk to you soon. If you have any questions, let me know. And my email is hamad@jumppl.com, HAMMAD Hamad@jumppl.com. And also you can book one-on-one meetings right from the bottom here. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.